3, 2, 1.
You know what I feel like doing?
Is it kicking back and getting comfy?
You don't even know your own intro.
Damn
I
it.
feel like kicking back, relaxing, getting comfy. Welcome to the Get Comfy Game Break. I am your host, Kalo, as always, here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and I'm joined by my co-host.
What up, guys? It's AIM. We're back, and we're trying to catch them all.
We gotta catch them all, and we're here today to talk about the infamous Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, one game off.
Nope, wrong one. We're here today to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield coming to the Nintendo Switch this coming November and holiday season. Get your Nintendo Switches ready, get your Master Ball, and get out there and catch them all.
Turn your hat sideways. Leave your house at a 10-year-old age and never look back.
Never look
and try
back.
to be the best like no one ever was.
Take your electric rat with you, or mouse. I think it's a mouse. Mouse or rat?
Mouse.
Rattata is the rat,
Yeah.
obviously. So it's a mouse, your electric mouse, and get out there and catch
Grab your
them
bike.
all. But I think we encountered a problem.
I have a lot of problems with this game.
But, you know, the big problem.
Yes.
The old saying goes, you gotta catch them all, but in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you won't be able to catch them all. All of your beloved Pokemon that you have, all of the ones you want, all of the little minute details about them, maybe some of them won't make the cut. And you know what? That's just sad. It'd be like that sometimes. So apparently the story goes, whenever you get Sword and Shield, you'll be able to catch a select amount of Pokemon varying regions across Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever one we're on now. And then we're going to be getting new Pokemon from this region, which is supposed to be, what is it? Not the Kalos region. Kalos was the old one. Whatever region, I don't know.
And also, just like with Sun and Moon, had lower versions. Sword and Shield has their own specific Pokemon, so you can get a different type for coughing. You can get a different type of so many other Pokemon. I think there is a new coughing. First of all, looks adorable. He has a hat, and his smog is green. He has a little mustache.
Who?
Coughing.
Oh, yeah. So,
And Zigzagoon has a new evolution.
who looks like the guy from Kiss.
Yeah.
With the little star on
Well,
his eye.
that's what it's from.
Yeah, exactly. That's a direct inspiration.
Yeah.
So they are doubling down on these new region-exclusive evolutions. Like we had Alolan forms in the last one that affected Pokemon like Grimer,
Raichu,
Exeggutor, just to name a few. So, you know, I appreciate the innovation. I appreciate them trying new things. But whenever your Pokemon's, like your whole tagline for Pokemon is, gotta catch them all, and you don't follow through with that, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, at some point you got to realize it's kind of like impossible to catch them all when you have like 750 or 850 Pokemon.
Yeah.
It gets ridiculous. I remember when it was simple, when Professor Oak was like, there's 150 Pokemons in the world, or apparently he hasn't traveled to all these other regions because Professor Oak's a dum-dum and he doesn't know that there's other places. But my big problem is besides not catching 150, because I remember in Generation 3 you want to be able to catch all of the Pokemon. You weren't allowed to be able to catch 3 Pokemons.
Yeah.
Generation 3 Pokemons. So now I don't get why because I think people are accustomed now to able to catch them all, because you were able to catch them all in Sun and Moon. You were able to catch them in X and Y, catch them in Black and White and Black and White 2.
Yeah.
So are you angry as a Pokemon fan?
I am not angry because I never, aside from like back when I was little, I never made it a goal to catch all the Pokemon. I just kind of caught
even though the song said you gotta catch them
No,
all.
like I did Generation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I caught everyone. But like as time went on, I stopped buying Pokemon games, and I kind of just
grew up.
I grew away from it. But then I came back with Sun and Moon.
I grew up with Omega Ruby. Came back from that.
Omega Ruby too, but I did that later. Like around the time Sun and Moon came out, I bought that and I played it, beat it, blah blah blah. So, you know, it's not really a goal of mine to catch them all now because I've been there, done that. I'm Ash Ketchum already.
You're the best.
I'm the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. Shout out to Bret Hart. Wrong guy for this. You know, I want to be the very best like no one ever was. I know people are going to torch me in the comments if I don't say it. But, you know, catching all the Pokemon, it's a big task. And with however many, we said 700 and change.
Well, in Sun and Moon, there's 750. So
Okay.
I think they added 100 more for this one.
So let's just say 856.
Yeah.
Let's add the 6 at the end for no reason. Let's just say that's the amount. You know, you not only have to spend all the time beating the game, exploring the new region, doing all of that, but also, you know, for developer side of the whole issue, that's 856 individual characters you have to animate, you have to make the moves for, you got to do the information about. There's a lot more that goes into this. And I think that I read an article somewhere that said that the guys that made the game, Game Freak, who was like the company for Pokemon, they said that they didn't do it because they wanted to meet the release window in November, and they also wanted to ensure that the game will come out on time and be good for everyone to watch and play. You got a question, Mr. DJ AIM?
Yes, all right. So I got the list for all the generation Pokemons that are going to be in it from Gen 1 to 4. I'm not going to say every single generation. I'm going to stop at 4 or 3.
Yes.
So from Generation 1, Pokemons that are in the game are Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Pikachu, Raichu, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix, Ninetales, Diglett, Dugtrio, Growlithe, Arcanine, Machamp, Machoke, Machamp,
Can we just play the Pokemon rap and be over with it?
Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Onix, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Golding, Seaking, Magikarp, Gyarados, Eevee's Evolution, I'm not saying Eevee's, Snorlax, and Mew from
Okay.
Gen 1.
So those are Gen 1. And as you can see from that list, we're not going to go into any more generations. You can relax, DJ AIM. Yeah, I know. He's breathing heavy over here. But
wheezing.
yeah, he's wheezy. There's going to be generations that exclude some Pokemon. And you know what? I can't blame them because it takes a lot of time to do all this.
So,
And if you want your game to come out on time for the holiday of November and you want to get out underneath the Christmas trees, you got to cut some corners. And if it includes leaving out a few Pokemon, then so be it.
So even legendaries, because Generation 1, no, besides Mew's, no.
Mewtwo's not in this game?
No, Mewtwo's not in
I
it.
find that one hard to believe.
The 3 birds are not in this one. Only Mew's going to be in it.
Wow, that's interesting.
And also with Generation 2, there's no legendaries. The only considered pseudo-legendary is Tyranitar.
Yeah, which is kind of like not a legendary. He's just a Pokemon that can evolve into a big dragon thing.
Yeah, and then
But-
yeah.
Let me just pose you with this little tidbit of information. The Nintendo Switch is an online console. Do you think that maybe down the road that, say, a year into the life cycle to kind of inject some new life into this game, they release new Pokemon and kind of let things go like they do with Pokemon Go? You know, like how like every year they release a new generation, new Pokemon, new things to do. Do you think that's something they do in Sword and Shield, or you think that's kind of what they stay away from and just kind of keep it the wholesome Pokemon game like
Well-
it's just that?
Well, Pokemon, the formula hasn't been changed for the last decade now. Just recently, they've been changing it by adding no gyms, but you face these other non-gym leaders. And I think that they're going to keep to the basics. Because I remember that's what I kind of hated with Sword and Shield and kind of liked that how there was no gym leaders in Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon, sorry. But, yeah, no, I don't think they're going to change the whole formula of Pokemon and by adding new Pokemon in it because we haven't seen that in Sun and Moon. We haven't seen that in Omega Ruby. So, no, I don't think they're going to add, quote-unquote, new Pokemons or old Pokemons as the time comes on. It's kind of like how Smash was, like, there was a whole outrage for the Wii U one to add DLC. We want DLC. To the fact that they forced the people behind the Smash game to add a DLC.
Yeah.
So
and they did that. They added Steve from Minecraft, all those guys.
Steve's not in.
Steve?
Steve.
Is that his name? Steve?
Steve is not in Smash.
Yeah, he's going to be.
He was going to be, but he didn't get enough votes to be in it. But I'm saying,
But,
I
I don't know.
But yeah, no, but you saw because remember in Brawl, there was no DLC.
No.
Wii U was not gonna have DLC until people were demanding we want these characters. So it only matters if the fan base demands it.
Well, Nintendo's also not a big DLC kind of company, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just kind of incorporated, this DLC thing with the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate thing where they had a character, a map, a song, and something else come out like as a DLC drop. And that's kind of their first steps into this. And I know other games have probably done this, like Super Mario Odyssey, I think, does it. And they do it in a way where it's small enough to be acceptable, and they don't make it a big thing. Like, oh, you don't have to pay to get all these super power-ups like Star Wars Battlefront did whenever the new version of that came out. So, getting back to the Pokemon thing at hand, do you think this is going to be one of their top-selling Pokemon games of all time, just for the fact it's on the Switch, you can take it everywhere, and the region looks big enough where it can kind of hold up a good story?
I don't think it's going to also for the fact that you can't catch all 856 Pokemon that we said that are definitely going to be in the game. I don't think that's going to be a turnoff for a lot of people, because I remember once that was released, a lot of people were like, I'm not going to buy the game just because of that now.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be the best-selling Pokemon game in the past decade. I think it's going to do well. But if the storyline is driven, if the storyline is good, because granted the past couple of stories has been flat, it hasn't been that good. So if the story's good, the gameplay is good, the mission is good, which I also found out, which I think is kind of hilarious, the rival's not a dick to you anymore.
Yeah.
The rival's not a dick anymore, which I kind of hate, because I used to love when the rival was a dick. So when you beat him, be like, ha, take that, shithead.
Yeah.
And
got real personal.
Yeah, I called him shithead. That's what I named him.
Mm-hmm.
And that, and then when you if you leave a forest now or a cave, you know when you always up, your Pokemon was half health, and then when you left the forest or the cave, there was somebody
fade away.
Somebody would be waiting for you right out of the cave battle, and if you lost, you had to go back all the way from the beginning. Well, when Sword and Shield, now if your health is low, before you run into somebody, they will heal your Pokemon for you.
Yep.
Which I kind of come on, make it a challenge. Don't give me an up, because I'm gonna beat you no matter what. If my Pokemon's are full heal, you're gonna lose.
That's it.
Give me an edge.
It's a wrap, but I think this.
Speaking of a wrap.
Yeah, speaking of rap, we got Kimmy in the green room getting ready to record some Get Comfy goodness. But I think that this game is gonna move Nintendo Switches. There's gonna be an uptick in sales. Everyone and their mother is going to buy it. It's going to be a big talking point in the holiday season. Probably the top gift of the holiday season, and that's including toys and all that. You heard it here first, because we're getting this out in September. So
it's August right now.
It's August right now, but it's coming out in September. Got a little sprinkle trail here.
We're Sword and Shield on this podcast.
This podcast.
Oh, okay.
Relax. We're getting there. But you know what? Speaking about getting there, I think that about does it here for the Get Comfy Game Break. I hope y'all enjoyed. Remember, we upload every Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all major listening platforms. And if you like what we do here, go check out the original Get Comfy podcast that comes out every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dot on all those same listening platforms. And you know what? We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.